doing it. Hey y'all, and welcome to the Breaking Free from Procrastination webinar. I am so sorry, you guys, but technology, nothing didn't want to play. But hey, is everybody in here with us? Hey, I see you, Tracy. I see you, Shaquata. I see y'all. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I see you, Anna. Hey, Brianna. I see you, Christine. I see you, Vicky. I see you. Who is this? This is me, y'all. Hello. Hey, Deja. So come on in, y'all. Come on in and welcome to the webinar. All right. Hey, Becky. We see you as well. So come on in, y'all. Can y'all hear me real good? Can you see me real good? Want to make sure that y'all can see and hear me clearly. So come on in, y'all. Y'all see I put her back on for the webinar. So come on in, y'all. I'm so excited about this webinar, everybody. So thank you guys for joining me tonight. And this is the follow-up webinar from our first one, which was breaking free from self-sabotage, y'all. So tonight is called Breaking Free from Procrastination, y'all. How many of y'all wait till last minute to register? You don't have to. You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me. All right. Okay, thank you, everybody, so they can see and hear me clearly. Thank y'all. So let's dive into this. I'm super duper excited. I got some great giveaways tonight. I got some good giveaways tonight. Now I gave people an opportunity to get in here because I think I did do like a 505 for us. So come on in. I got some great giveaways tonight, y'all. What the last giveaway? So stay here with me, okay? Y'all stay on here with me because there's going to be two raffles, and then there's going to be one big surprise giveaway at the end, and you want to be in the room when you get it. All right, so you can get it, y'all. How I spell hello with a W? Y'all see me? Y'all know. Let me get rid of that comment. We don't want that up here. Y'all know I am in a tizzy tonight, y'all. So it was just so much going on, but we are here. We're here. A bunch of military stuff happening around me right now, but thank God we here. So let's jump into this. And yes, y'all know me. I do have something for us. So let me minimize myself. Boom. All right, are y'all ready? Taking action and achieving success. Did everybody get an opportunity to grab their guide? If you did not, it'll be available as a digital download. Probably, what's today? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Probably by Wednesday, it'll be available for a digital download. But you have your book. Thank you for everyone who did order. And congratulations to all of my winners who got theirs for free from the last webinar, y'all. All right, so stay on because there is going to be a special announcement, but there's going to be a surprise giveaway at the end. All right, so let's get this cracking, y'all. Let's get into this. So welcome to the webinar. Here's our introduction, y'all. Tonight it's going to be exactly what it says up there. If you have questions, you need assistance along the way, don't hesitate to ask questions, y'all. Use that comment section to ask questions, okay? Don't be afraid to ask the questions. And so let's get on to this transformative journey. This is one of those phenomenon that everybody once or twice or more than that, if you mean, have done this a time or two, or three or four in their lives. And so tonight we're going to be talking about this nation called procrastination. All right. So here's our agenda for tonight. We're going to talk about what is procrastination, the psychology of procrastination, patterns and behaviors of procrastination, practical strategies to overcome procrastination, and then there's going to be some how to sustain your long-term success. All right, so let's jump into this. All right, what is it? Y'all know that's what we do first. If you follow me at all, you know that's our first question for anything. Before I start talking about what is procrastination, procrastination is the act of delaying or postponing y'all tasks despite knowing the consequences of such delays. That's why I like to get into the psychology of these things, because you know that this is going to delay things. You know you could miss out on some opportunities, but yet you procrastinate. Y'all listen. I I did some psychology on people when I put out the flyers and everything for this. All right, most people won't do anything until you put a deadline and you say this is the deadline, and then you continually say the deadline is this day, the deadline is this day, the deadline is this day, because some people won't move until they see that there's a deadline for something. So that's why I did it the way that I did it. Hello, Felicia, we see you, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am. We see you in the room. All right, so let's get into this. Why does procrastination matter? This is why. Because it affects productivity, y'all. It also affects your mental health. And I'm going to show you how it affects your mental health tonight. And for those who know, I am a mental health coach, board certified. All right. It messes with your mental health. And there's a misspelling right there. We'll put the S on later. It messes with your mental health and success. Forgive me, Sister Quaida. It leads to stress and missed opportunities. How many of y'all have missed some opportunities because of procrastination? Be honest and put that in the comment section. If that was you, just say it was me. Okay. How many of you really, really have missed out on some great opportunities because of procrastination? And a lot of people don't understand this. Sometimes these opportunities don't come back no more. All right. I know I have. All right. Some great opportunities. Okay. And understanding it is the first step to overcoming it. You cannot heal what you won't sit out and deal with. So we're gonna deal so we can heal. Okay, y'all. Y'all know that's my thing. We're gonna deal so we can heal. Let's jump into it. Now, I bet y'all didn't know that there are different types of procrastination. Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. There are different types of procrastination. There is active procrastination. The active procrastination is probably most of us. All right. It's probably most of us. And that's when you intentionally delay because you say it's pressure. That's me. Okay. It says you use pressure of a deadline to motivate yourself to work. Why would you put pressure on yourself to motivate yourself to work? That's why we're going to get into the psychology of it. Okay. Because you knowingly and you intentionally will delay tasks, and then you use pressure. Okay. You use pressure to motivate yourself. That's negative. Okay. Then we have the passive. This is when you put off the task, all right, without trying to be productive. This is the unintentional. This is what we call self-destructive avoidance. These are those people that you put tasks off without trying to be productive. You don't even try to do anything. You find something else to do. All right. There are a whole bunch of hands going on this one. Okay. I'm telling y'all, these are, I'm telling you, when you get into the psychology of this, you'll say, man, this is a disorder. All right. And then you have your chronic. Okay. You have chronic procrastination. Chronic procrastination is this: consistently. All right. This is not you just do it every once in a while. This is consistently. You do this on a consistent basis, just like breathing. You procrastinate. You avoid. You start to consistently avoiding or putting off completing tasks or responsibilities, even when you know there's a negative outcome. Okay. Even when you know it's a negative outcome. I ain't gonna pay my phone bill today. I'll just pay the you know what I'm saying? I'll just pay the extra fees and all that type of stuff, late fees, that type of thing. You know there's a negative outcome, but yet you will delay, you will avoid it or put it off altogether, knowing that there's a negative outcome. All right, these are chronic this is the chronic type procrastination. Okay, so let's go into the next one. There are different types of procrastinators. I know y'all about to jump through y'all skin right now. All right, different types of procrastinators as well. The first type of procrastinator is the perfectionist. Oh, I bet I can pick out the perfectionist. It's the perfectionist. Here, you will delay your task because you have fear of not being perfect. See, this is how procrastination and self-sabotage go hand in hand. Right? Oh, somebody said ouch. That was Sandra. We got band-aids in the room, Adasia. I ain't calling no names, but you know who you are, right? So here is because you don't think it's going to be 100% perfect, you would delay doing the task altogether. Okay, you will just delay doing it. You won't do it because it's not perfect. Okay, Becky said that is her. Then you have your worriers. You focus on what could go wrong if this happened. If, okay, you're the worrier. You're the one that you always focus on what could go wrong, not trying to concentrate on what is going right and trying to accomplish the goal or trying to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. You will just focus on what could go wrong instead of just saying, what if nothing goes wrong? Right? But that's the worrier. Then you got the dreamers. These procrastinators, they can give you plans, they can give you ideas, come up with the best ones ever. They can structure anything, but they don't execute. That's it. They don't take action. They can give you good ideas all day long and have you hyped up and ready to go. And then when you say, all right, let's do this, they don't. They get cold feet. They get stage fright. They don't follow through. But they can give you the best ideas. They can lay out the best plans. Okay, Tracy said, get off her toes. They can give you the best plans, but they don't execute. They don't follow through. But they have all the best, the best, ideas, but then you say, okay, boom, I'm going to need you to do that. They don't do it. They'll come up with excuses why they can't. All right. All right, y'all, here we go. Then we have, Becky said, oh man, Felicia said that's her. Come up with can lay it out perfectly, but when it's time to execute, don't follow through. Here we have the crisis makers. These are the crisis makers right here. These people right here, they believe they perform best when the stakes are high. They believe they perform best when the stakes are high. If you say, listen, you only got 20 minutes to get this done, and you already looking at your clock and you like, man, I can get this done in 20 minutes. 20 minutes, that ain't nothing. I can get it done in 15. And they say, okay, boom, I need you to do it in 15 minutes. You don't believe you can do anything, or you believe that the only way you can do it is if there's stakes. The stakes are high. It's that adrenaline rush for you. No, that's the crisis maker. You're the crisis maker, okay? Then you have the defiers. I think everyone has a little bit of this in them. Then you have the defiers. Yeah, that was me, Christine, addicted to the pressure. This person procrastinate as a way to resist authority and external expectations. These are the defiers. You will intentionally procrastinate because you will say, they'll say, hey, I need you to get this done today. And you'll be like, I can get it done, but it ain't going to be today. You'll wait until tomorrow, even though they need it done today. You're the defier. Okay. You'll just wait and wait and wait. And it's unconsciously, but on purpose at the same time. We'll get into the psyche of this, right? So you resist authority. I know they told me it had to be done today, but it's already 4:59 and they close down at 5 o'clock. So ain't nobody gonna be in the office. So I'll do it tomorrow. Just blatant defiance. She said she's a worrier, dreamer, and a bit of a defier. Right? They procrastinate as a way to resist authority. Sort of like you drag your feet on purpose. Then you have the avoiders. They put things off because it makes them feel bad, such as anxiety, or you're bored, or you're overwhelmed, or you're sad. Okay, so you just avoid the task altogether. you avoid the task altogether, right? And then when they say, well, why didn't you do it? Well, because I just wasn't feeling, like myself, or, I got bored, and then the time just got away from me. Okay. You get bored and you just watch it, just the time just tick away. And then you think, all right, I'll just do it tomorrow since the time got away from me. All right. Y'all saw yourself in these types of procrastinators. Oh my gosh. All right. Here's 6 common myths. If you have your book, that's on page 21 about one of the myths. All right. And then there's some reflection questions in the book that I'm going to ask. 6 common myths, y'all. Oh, I took one of them off. So it's 5. I took one of them off because it didn't make sense to me when they gave it to me. So I took that one off. My mistake, y'all. So it's 5. There's literally 6 in but I took the other one off because it didn't make sense. Okay. So use procrastination is a problem of bad priorities or no priorities at all. That's a myth. You have priorities. You just drag your feet on them. Okay. You just don't put them at the top. You have priorities. So that's a myth that you have a problem with bad priorities or no priorities. No, it's just how you prioritize. That's it. Okay. Another myth, procrastination is a problem of bad time management. Nope. You manage the time, but you manage the time that fits your schedule. So it's not bad time management. You have the time, but you just manage the time which fits your schedule and how you feel. So it's not bad time management. It goes back to what type of procrastinator that you are. Because some of y'all can plan meetings and get things done because you get done what you want to get done. So it's not bad time management. Mm-mm. So you don't have bad time management. You just aren't intentional about the time for the task. Not bad time management. You're some of the most excellent planners when it comes to things that you really want to do. All right. Here's another common myth. I procrastinate because I don't have enough discipline. You have discipline. Okay. You have discipline. Again, it goes back to what type of procrastinator you are. You have plenty of discipline. Plenty. Want to know how I know you have discipline? Here we go. Procrastination. If something does not involve you getting paid for it, right, and you need to be there, a volunteer position or something, you'll be late. But if they say, listen, we're going to pay you to be on time, you're going to be on time. So you got discipline. Again, it goes back to what type of procrastinator you are. Y'all saying ouch in these comments. We're going to get you together, Tracy. And Sandra said, I'm wearing her out with this. All right. Exactly, Becky. You have discipline for what you want. So it's not that you don't have discipline, it's just what you make a priority. Right. Here's another one. I procrastinate because I'm lazy. Nope, because you have all the energy in the world. All right. For what it is that you want to do. You have plenty of energy. You ain't lazy. You ain't lazy when it comes to those things that you really, really want to do. This is why these are myths. Okay. You're not lazy. You have energy. You listen. If they say, listen, I need you to get this PowerPoint because we need it tomorrow by 5 o'clock, you'll wait, all right, till the end of the day. But if your hairdresser say, hey, I only got one appointment left, you ain't gonna tell, and you know you need to get your hair done to go somewhere. You're not gonna tell her, oh man, I'm too tired, I can't come. You going. You're not lazy. You're not lazy. They just said she threw the ambulances in the comment section for y'all. Christine said she taking this whipping like a G. All right, and then here's me. I work better under pressure. I had to put the extra stress on myself for what? Okay, y'all. So we're all in this. We're learning and we're gonna grow together, okay? But work better under pressure. And that's a military thing. All right. you get used to a little bit of time and a lot of tasks, right? And then you end up doing a whole bunch of nothing. It's basically what you do. All right. Brianna said, not me saying the whole sentence before. She said, I'm hurt by myself today. Okay, y'all. I'm telling you, this right here, it gets you because it forces you to really stop and take a look at why we do these things. Okay. I hope we're having fun. All right, y'all. Here we go with our first giveaway. Our first giveaway, I want to stop right there. So let everybody breathe and heal up a little bit. First giveaway. Okay. All right. So in order to win this first giveaway, it's a breaking free mug and it's autographed. And it's just the front. I'm showing you the front and the back. So the breaking free is on the front and the back of the mug. All right. And you're going to win this mug. The first person that can tell me, right, how many types of procrastination, what are the different types of procrastination? Not procrastinators, but how many different types of procrastination are there? Tracy said her son says she's a clutch. Okay. Boom. We have a winter, Miss Tori. Congratulations, Tori. You just won yourself, ma'am. Wait. Tori said it first. Tori came in right at 5:27. Well, you and Shaquita came in, but Tori, I'm looking over here on here, and Tori's name popped up first. So Tori, you won that mug. It's 3 types of procrastination. It's 3 types. So there we go. 3 types. Adaja said, you want it, Tori, but she's going to be using it. Okay, let's jump back in. I'm loving this one. Here we go, y'all. The psychology behind it. You're so welcome, Tori. The psychology behind procrastination. Emotional triggers, y'all. That's what triggers your procrastination. Fear of failure, anxiety, and boredom. For the emotional, fear of failure, anxiety, and boredom. That's why you always need to find something to do. Okay. Fear of failure, anxiety, and boredom. All right. I'm going to throw us a reflection question out there with this one. Let me pick one. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. A reflection question for y'all to get involved. Here we go. Mm, I want to put one that can give us a quick answer. Here we go. What task do you find yourself procrastinating on the most? What task? Just give me one task that you find yourself procrastinating on the most. Woo! Tori said homework. Mm-mm-mm. Tori said homework. Brianna said homework. Woo! Ooh, Adaja said getting her driver's license. I'm telling you, Alexis was almost 30 when she got her driver's license because of fear. Okay. She said getting her driver's license. All right. Here's how you identify the pattern. Sandra says staying organized. Ugh, yes, honey. And this is where we're going here. Right here. Um this is for Sandra. She said organized, and Vicky, she said cleaning her house and putting things in order. Yep, after 3.5 years ago. It's not pathetic. It's really, it falls in line with those who procrastinate. Anna said going back to school. So here's the identifying behavior patterns, y'all. Number one, the common behaviors is task hopping. Who does that? And seeing you think that you really doing, y'all call it multitasking. Y'all say, oh, I'm multitasking, but it's called task hopping. It's sort of like someone who has like ADHD or something, but it's task hopping. Task hopping. Felicia said finishing her book. Christina said baking. It's task hopping, y'all. Going from one task to another without finishing anything and saying I'm multitasking. Brianna said, she said, being myself, I can do it all at once. Exactly. You call it multitasking. You just don't complete one task before you on to another one, and then you get from that one because now you don't want to deal with that one anymore. You jump to another one, so it's called task hopping and perfectionism paralysis. My perfectionist can tell you about that one. It's called the perfectionism paralysis. You stay stuck in a spot when you're working on a task because you said don't look right. It's like writing something and then you take an eraser and erasing it, and then erasing it, and then erasing it, and erasing it, and you stuck right there. Right? It's called perfectionism paralysis. It keeps you stuck in that spot because you can't get past trying to make something perfect. Tracy said she's a hopper. We got a lot of hoppers in here. Becky is a hopper. Vicky says she used to be a perfectionist when getting her house in order, but Tracy is a hopper. Becky is a hopper. We know who the perfectionists are, who has perfectionism paralysis. Then here we go with Vicky Holland. Here's the environmental triggers: clutter, and distractions. Yep. As soon as you start cleaning up and you come across something that you didn't see or thought you were looking for, 2 weeks ago, now you stuck, right? I've done this one before where I start cleaning up something and then I see, ooh, there goes my old journal. And then I stop the task at hand, right? And then I start looking through the journal. Then I get lost in what I'm reading, everything. And by the time I'm done with that, there's a big mess. I haven't cleaned up nothing. And now I just shove everything back and say I'll do it tomorrow. It's environmental triggers. Clutter would do that. Clutter will do that. Okay. Exactly, Brianna. She said I found my memory box. Yep. And that's why Dr. Tracy, she's not in here right now. I think she's doing something, but she has that class on the site, and she has a book called The Psychology of Declutter, or The Psychology of Clutter. And she has that decluttering class. I'm telling you, y'all, this stuff that we're dealing with, there's psychology behind it. A lot of things are unconscious, but conscious at the same time. They're learned. Some of them are learned, right? Then here's that procrastination cycle. You just get stuck. You have that task avoidance. Okay, y'all. If you're following along, page 29. All right. Yes, Becky, start reading the journal, honey, and then reminiscing and stuff. Okay, you got the procrastination cycle here. You start the task avoidance. You start delaying that activity because it feels unpleasant or it's challenging. So you try to avoid the task, right? You try to avoid the task. Deja said that's her with the procrastination cycle, right? So you have that. You start avoiding the task because it don't feel good or it's something challenging to you, right? Then you're going to mix in relief, but the relief is temporary after you avoid the task. Yeah, y'all, the psych behind this is crazy. Okay? You start to feel better after you avoid the task, knowing that you need to get this task done, but because it's challenging, right? Quote unquote, oh, this is too hard. This is too difficult. It's going to make me come out of my comfort zone. Then you find something else to avoid that task, and then you're relieved, right? So now you feel relief. So, but now that you avoided the task, said homework, right? The next thing you know, it's what, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, because you done found other stuff to do. It's 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And now you thinking, I haven't done this homework assignment and I got to turn it in at 8 o'clock and it's a 10-page paper. Now panic sets in. Now you start to panic, right? Then you start scrambling because you told yourself, oh, I can do this under pressure. But now you start to panic. Heart rate goes up. All right. Sometimes you can break out into a sweat, get dizzy spells and stuff from this. Procrastination bothers your health, y'all, your mental and your physical. All right. Then after you feel guilty and you tell yourself, man, if I would have just did it when I was supposed to do it. Now you got this guilt hanging over you. You start to beat yourself up. All right. Because now you didn't get the grade that you thought you should have got because you turned in a quick, last minute paper, right? Turn a quick last minute paper, and then you start to panic. Then you get the guilt. Like, man, I could have got, you end up getting, let's say, a 80 on the paper, which, for us at this age, but let's just, for the sake of this, it's like you got all A's. You trying to hit that, you trying to hit, the, what they call it in college. You trying to get cum laude or one of those. You want to graduate with honors, and you want your GPA to stay up there, 3.9 and 4.0. But now this grade could bring all that down. So now you feel bad and you start to beat yourself up. But guess what happens? You start it back over again. Right? Because now, because of the guilt, you want to avoid the guilt. So it's just a cycle. It just never ending. It's a never ending cycle. Nigga says the door is closed. Please don't open it. All right, y'all. Telling you. Now, here are the 5 stages of procrastination. And this is going to tell me which stage that you're in. You know what, Brianna? That's what a procrastinator, a crisis, that's what a crisis maker does. Okay, that I can tell you are a crisis maker type of procrastinator, right? Because you say, well, C's equal to degree when you know you could have got an A or B. Shaquita says she hit every pattern at some point. We all have. We all have. But here are those 5 stages of procrastination. Okay. You're going to see which stage that you're in right now. Number 1 is the statement stage. This is where you make statements. All right. Saying you're going to get the job done. And when you make the statement, you make the statement out loud because it makes it more real that you can get the job done. All right. So you make these statements. We're going to get to you in a minute, Becky. All right. So you make this statement. This stage is where you make these statements out loud that you're going to get the job done. And you do it out loud because it makes it real. Okay. Now, this is the longest stage of procrastination because you continue to justify in your mind. All right. You'll continue to justify your procrastination in your mind until you hit stage 2. You make these statements. You make them out loud. I got it. I can do it. I can get it done. Okay? The statement stages. You make these statements. That's like making a New Year's resolution. Okay? Like I'm about to lose these 3 pounds. I'm about to do it in the next 2 weeks. About to do it. Okay? And you keep telling yourself that, but you're not doing nothing to make it happen. trying to tell yourself. They just said just all of the above at this point. Okay. The statement stage. Then you get into your fear stage where it's fight or flight. You get into that fight or flight, right? And this sends you into a state of shock. And then guess what happens? You would think, oh my gosh, the time is fast approaching. I need to do it, need to do it, right? You would think that it would push you to do it. But this fear stage, is flight or fight, procrastinators will always procrastinate more because they're in shock. You would think, right? Mm-mm. And guess what you do? You procrastinate more. And guess how you handle the procrastination, y'all? I know this about to get y'all. You would do extra scrolling on social media. You would start to binge watch like Netflix and Hulu and all these different types of things. You start binge watching series and things like that. And then you start going out when you know you don't need to go out. You need to stay in and tackle the task. But your flight or fight instinct kicks in and you do the flight. That's what a procrastinator does. It's subconscious. That's what a procrastinator does, right? You procrastinate more. Brianna said this is starting to feel like an autobiography. Sister Quater said you are telling the truth. You start to procrastinate more. It doesn't kick you in gear to get it done. You procrastinate more because now you're in shock. All right, you're in shock now. Vicky said, do I have a camera in our house? Ouch is right, Sandra. Ouch. Okay. Then number 3. Then you have number 3, the motivation, right? Here we go. Motivation. I can do better under pressure. I do better under pressure. And the way that you justify that type of procrastination is once you finish doing what it is you do, then you say, I deserve a break. Because I got it done and I deserve a break. Now, I deserve a break. Yeah, you got it done, but you got it done because I had to tell you 5, 15, 20 times, get it done, get it done, get it done, get it done. If you don't get it done, then you're fired. Boom, there's the pressure. Then you do it. And now you're like, okay, I need to go on lunch break because I just typed that page up and I typed 55 words a minute, but I got that page done in 35 minutes, 35 words a minute. Yeah, but he asked for the paper 3-4 hours ago. And now you want to go on the lunch break because you done finished it under the time that you made the statement that you was going to get it finished, but that's not when they asked for it. Come on, procrastinators. Okay, procrastinators. Then you have the acceptance stage, right? The acceptance stage is, okay, yep, I'm late getting it done. I've done this one. I'm late getting it done. Then you start doing the bare minimum of what's being asked. So now, yeah, the productivity is yeah, but it's not your best work. So you start doing the bare minimum. I used to do that on my PT test. I'd be like, what is it? Because I didn't work out. Kept telling myself, oh, I'm about to go hit this gym. I'm about to go hit this pavement. Didn't do it. Kept saying, oh, I got time. It's 3 weeks before drill. 1 week before drill. Then I was like, hey, first arm, what do I need just to pass? Okay. Doing the bare minimum in order to get it done. The bare minimum. And then at the end, you just repeat this whole thing all over again. It's just repeat. That's it. It's repeat. Vicky said, I'm hurting her feelings right now. They just said, I do the bare minimum, talking about, now I need a break. Yes, just did the bare minimum. And talking about you need a break. What? What break? Okay. Y'all still breathing over there? Here are some solutions, y'all, to help you. Time management. Have you ever heard of the Pomodoro? I always want to say Poro, but it's Pomodoro. All right. Method. You ever heard of that? Some of y'all have, but we call it something else. Okay. It's called Pomodoro and it's time blocking. Right. In my writer's class, we don't call it this. It's totally different for our writer's class, right? In the writer's class, it's called the 10-15. All right. But here it's a 25/5. All right. This one right here is what you do is you work in 25-minute intervals. Okay. Then you take 5-minute breaks. Every 25 minutes, you take a 5-minute break. Then you start to get your longer break after like a 4-hour block. So if you work for like 4 hours, then you can take that longer break. But you started off with 25-minute intervals. You work for 25 minutes, then you take a 5-minute break. See, some of y'all were trying to do 25 minutes, then won't take a 10-minute break. No, it's 5 minutes. Y'all. You don't get the longer break until you've done like 4 hours of work. Then you can get the longer break. Right? Okay, so it's called the Pomodoro. And it's time blocking. And it works. For us in writing, we call it 10-15. Another way to combat your procrastination is to overcome these emotional barriers, y'all. Be kind to yourself. Practice some self-compassion. Break tasks down. All right? If it's something that you know has to be completed by the end of the week, work on it every day. Don't try to wait until the end of the week and then cram it all into one day. Work on it every day. Same techniques we use in the writing class. Work on this every day. Work on it every week. Whatever the goal, whatever the task is. All right. Stop trying to eat the whole pie. All right. And eat the pie slice by slice. Okay. Then environmental changes, y'all. Declutter your space. Declutter your space so you're not distracted by things. Declutter your space so you can reduce distractions. All right. These are the best, y'all, that work. I know for a fact these work. So make sure that you're being compassionate with yourself. Don't beat yourself up, y'all. All right. Here's how you sustain your progress. Okay. She says she need She need that. Anna says she needs that. Yes, break those tasks down. Stop trying to do everything. The environmental changes. Yep. You say you lost the sound. Can y'all still hear me? Because Tracy says she lost sound. Environmental changes throw her off real bad. That's Gracie. Yes, you have to, especially if you know you're somebody that really gets distracted a lot. You have to, okay. Okay, amen. Thank y'all. You have to make sure that you need to be like a minimalist, right? Have nothing. Have nothing. Just clear your space. Wherever you're working at, clear that space. Whatever the task is, clear your space. Okay, thank y'all. Sometimes if you guys are having issues hearing it, you probably have to go out and come back in the webinar. All right. Thank y'all. Everybody said they can hear me. All right. Building discipline. It's not that you need to get some. No, you need to work on what you do have. You have discipline. Routines and habits over willpower. Quit just saying, "Oh, I can, I can." Don't be like the what is that? The little engine that could. I think I can. No, we don't want you to think you can. I think I can. No, start some routines to replace the routines that you have now. To replace the routine and the habits that you have now. Okay, put some new ones in place. Willpower is not gonna do it. You got to put some action. Okay. So Shaquata says she started doing some of these, but reflect and adjust. All right, y'all. This one is huge when it comes to these types of trying to break these types of behaviors and to unlearn to learn. Evaluate your progress and adjust your strategies as needed. Okay. Make some progress, because if you haven't done anything, there's nothing to adjust, right? Or evaluate your progress, y'all, and then make adjustments. That's just like losing weight. If you say, "Oh shoot, you know what, I tend to eat more in the morning than I do at night, so let me switch stuff around." Okay, let me cut out all this sugar. And some people just can't get off sugar, but it's like, listen, let me do that in the early morning hours, so then I have all day to work that off. I'm just using that for an example. All right, try to avoid sugars, but adjust the strategy that you're using. If it's not working for you, adjust it. Don't just give up on the task altogether. Shaquita said maintaining it is her problem. We're gonna get to that too. All right. Tracy says decluttering her desk is super effective. Yes, keep things neat and tidy so you're not fiddle around with stuff and get distracted. All right, stay inspired. Positive reinforcement. Positive. Okay, if you said, boom, I just lost 20 pounds, right? Out of the 30 I need to lose, I lost 20 pounds. Don't go and get an ice cream. Right? You want positive reinforcement. maybe go buy yourself, a smoothie, or say, what I'm going to do is I'm still going to hit that gym and I'm still going to do my workout, but maybe I can scale back just a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. Do some positive reinforcement. Don't go and sabotage your progress. Track your progress and find an accountability partner. Okay. That one right there is huge. Just make sure that your accountability partner doesn't deal with procrastination like you do, because then nobody's holding anybody accountable. Right? So find you an accountability partner that's going to be like, listen, did you get that paper done? Did you get that task done? That y'all going to be synced. Okay. Like James Bond, that sync our watches and calendars. All right, y'all, get you an accountability partner that will hold your feet to the fire. And then celebrate your milestones, y'all. Celebrate, acknowledging your progress, and reward yourself. All right. Gracie said the last three are her struggle. Mostly for everybody too. Man, this time is going fast, y'all. Here's some key takeaways. Procrastination is not laziness. Please write these down. Procrastination is not laziness. It's often emotional avoidance, y'all. It's not laziness. It's emotional avoidance. Understanding the psychological triggers can help break the cycle. All right. And this video will be available to you on demand. Identify your procrastination patterns and triggers. Find out what type of procrastination that you're dealing with. Find out what type of procrastinator that you are. Instead of just saying, "Ooh, girl, I'll be doing the same thing." No, find out which one that you are. Come back to this video if you have to. Okay. Use time management techniques like the Pomodoro and time blocking. Block your time off. Say, I'm going to work on this, Felicia. I'm going to work on my book this time every single day. I'm not going to schedule anything for this block time that I have to work on my book. All right. Build sustainable habits and a growth mindset for long-term progress, y'all. Sustainable habits, something that you can sustain, something that you can do consistently. All right, to keep you on this path. All right, and part of that is an accountability partner. But you can't get an attitude with your accountability partner if they call you and say, "Girl, listen, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. You said that you was hitting the gym. Are you up? Are you out the bed?" All right. You can only hold people accountable that want to be held accountable. All right. Here's another giveaway. We're coming around the mountain. We're coming around the mountain. Let's see what I want to say. What is one? You only need to give me one. What is one of the steps in the procrastination cycle? What's one of the steps? What is one of those in the procrastination cycle? What is one of those? There was 4 of them. Who is that? Tori, you can't win again. So Shaquata said panic. Boom. Tori, you already won a gift, so you can't win another one. So Shaquata got that when she said panic. So she gets the other mug. Christine said acceptance. Yep. It was task avoidance, relief, panic, guilt, and shame. All right, y'all. We're almost there. We're almost there. All right, y'all. Anybody have any questions or feedback on this webinar? Because I got a special something. Any feedback, questions, positive feedback? How was this webinar? A day to say everybody in her house about to win, but her. She says, all right, she's going to use their stuff. Woo. All right. I have a lot of work to do. That's Vicky. Vicky says she has a lot of work to do. Oh, that's Anna says she had been told that procrastination was laziness. No, it's not. Vicky says she has a lot of work to do. Yep, it's not laziness. Thank you, Tracy. Atkinson said it was enlightening. Christine said she didn't know procrastination was so deep. Exactly. And that's why I did the guide on it. And there are questions in there for you to ask yourself. All right. Here's a final thought, and here's your call to action. Let me get myself off of here. Take small steps, y'all, to break the cycle. Implement strategies immediately. Don't say, well, I'm going to do it tomorrow. That's procrastination. Start tonight and write something down and start to implement these strategies immediately. And stay committed to a long-term change. Okay. This has truly helped me see where I need to put forth more effort. Okay. So Sister Quater said, I saw myself throughout this course. It allowed me to know I was making some progress. This helped her. All right. Anna said it showed her something she really needs to work on. She's glad she got the book. Thank you for getting the book. Christine said now she knows what kind of procrastinator she is. Tracy says she's going to go read her book and figure out what strategies work for her. And Sandra says she has been avoiding a task for 12 years. Wow. And this is her wake-up call. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. My goodness. Okay. Here is going to be our last giveaway. Thank you, y'all. All right. It's always, I'm always available for anybody that wants some personal coaching. And that information is up there. You can reach me at Dr. Lomax at hersllc.biz. Special announcement is this. There's going to be a third webinar, but it's not happening until the fall. All right. But I can tell y'all what it's going to be. Breaking free from low self-esteem. So get ready for that. That guide should be out probably around May. So it's going to be breaking free from low self-esteem. So we're going to be doing that one, and it's going to be in the fall. All right, because we got so many other courses coming up. Okay, but the guide will be available in May. So you'll have it. All right, last giveaway, and we're out of here, y'all. The last giveaway, and somebody tell me, all right, what is a common myth? No, because y'all already put that up there. Let me change that question. Let me change that. Let me go back and look what I want to ask y'all. Okay. Yep. Change it. Because y'all just put that up there. What are some common procrastination behaviors, y'all? Like patterns. What are some of the procrastination patterns? Just give me one. What's one of the procrastination patterns? Y'all, somebody get this because you're going to want this gift. Right. What are one of those procrastination patterns? Tori, you already won. Can't win again, Tori. If you already won, you can't win. All right. What are one of the behaviors or patterns of procrastination? One of the patterns. There it is. 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 Who said it? Who said it? Sandra said it right after Tori. Sandra said perfectionism paralysis. Okay, ma'am. So here's your choice of a gift. Okay, so you can tell me which gift that you want. You can get that one with the entire, I think you already have it, but you can get the entire Marketing Essentials, all 5 books, and a hers and a his mug. You can have that one, or if you say I already got all that, or you can have your choice of this one. God is my CEO. You get both mugs, and you get the notebook and the journal. So Sandra, let me know which one that you want, ma'am. Okay. You can let me know which one you want, and that's the one that you're going to receive. All right. Okay. Amazing. It has been amazing. This time has been very well spent. I am excited for you guys. Okay, she says she wants the marketing essentials, all five. Okay, and the mugs. All right, so I will make sure that goes out to you, ma'am. Um, It'll probably be after I come back from my training this week, but you are going to get the marketing essentials. Okay. You're going to get those and both mugs. All right. So, y'all, this has been an amazing webinar. Again, I apologize for me coming on late, but the computer didn't want to let me in and start asking crazy questions. But here we are. And I pray that something was said in this webinar, y'all, that's going to help you. Please apply the strategies, y'all, for that. And if you have not gotten your copy, y'all, you can still order now. You can order a copy from me if you want an autographed copy. You can still order from Amazon. And like I said, the digital version will be available on my PayHip, right, on Wednesday, by Wednesday. So I'm going to say that. So I thank you guys. Thank you. Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Everybody who participated in the webinar. And as always, y'all, that you should be getting an email stating that the this webinar on demand will be available to you, all right, as a on-demand video. All right, y'all. So we're going to get out of here. I thank y'all. I'm excited for the next one. These last two have been amazing. You guys have been great. You guys have been wonderful. And so we're going to just keep on doing it, y'all. Please apply the strategies, because by our next webinar, I want to see some stuff on Facebook where y'all saying, listen, I go on Facebook, talk about the webinar, let people know they should have been in the room. All right. They should have been in the room. We had 8 people missing tonight, but it's okay. They'll catch the replay, the on-demand video, but there's nothing like being in the room. So please go out there on Facebook, let the people know what they missed, and they should have been in here with us. All right. You are so welcome. Thank you, Sister Quater, y'all. I love y'all. I'm going to get out of here. My poor little video didn't want to upload or nothing. So I'm going to leave y'all, and I will see y'all again for our next webinar in the fall, but be looking for that book released in May. All right, everybody. I'll see y'all later. Bye.